everybody, it's Kelly and I'm back with another layout. This one is a layout from my trip out east, and that is my nephew and I and my nephew's wife, my niece, standing in front of Independence Hall in Philadelphia, where they presently live. And I say that because they're moving around a bit. So anyway, I liked that 3x4 card about adventure, but it wasn't feeling like it was fitting properly for me, and it just felt like it was like a stair step kind of a thing. And then I still had this 2019 from L's Studio that came from one of their monthly releases. You might still be able to get it if you're listening to this when this first goes up. But I definitely wanted to use that on this because I was looking at using, a couple of things. So now I'm thinking I'm going to trim that photo on the right down because there was like a big garbage can or something in the way there. And I didn't want to call attention to that, of course. And while doing that, I decided that maybe the journaling card is not going to work. So I make a photo block here with just the two photos and the 2019. Now all of these papers are coming from the Die Cuts with a View Nantucket stack 12x12 pad, and I've had that for probably at least 2 years, so I don't know if it's even still available, but that's where everything is coming from. And I'm thinking about now, instead of doing that 3x4 card, and I'm looking through my journaling cards there, I'm thinking about doing my journaling on the top of that photo on that card, and that is a card from Mambi. I'm using a 4x6 card there because the 3x4 wasn't working, I think, if I remember correctly. Yes, that's true, it wasn't working because it's wider than that. So I cut a piece of that card, and it came from a wedding pack. I don't know if I said that, from Hobby Lobby, and I'm done with the wedding pack, but I saved any of the cards that had the grid or dot version on the back because I do like to cut those up and use those in pieces. So what I'm going to do here is just cut that so that it fits that little space there, and I can do my journaling on there. And I like how I've used this line to do patriotic layouts or 4th of July layouts, that kind of a thing, because it doesn't scream red, white, and blue 4th of July, but it is. So that's what I decided to do there. So I'm settling on just the red polka dot paper and the that like fleur-de-lis background or something. Fleur-de-lis? I can't think of the name of what I want there. Anyway, but I'm going back and forth on that background. So I tried the stripe background and I tried this background, and I actually liked this background better at the time. Was thinking about doing a little bit of stripe on the top and decided not to. And I'm not quite sure, looking at that now, that original background would have been fine, but for some reason I didn't like it. So now I've moved my 2019 to the top, and I do want something, because that's so large, I'm going to want some sort of cluster on the top right there to balance this off, that 2019. So I'm just kind of putting a strip up there. I find that little Celebrate sticker, and that came up the Simple Stories Hometown USA 6x12 cardstock stickers. I think that was last year's 2018's 4th of July collection from Simple Stories. I just found it in my local scrapbook store, and I thought it would be good for adding to 4th of July layouts because they don't have a lot of like stickers and that kind of stuff that works with those pieces. So now I'm trying to figure out what I want to add to that cluster at the top. And then I find that heart from that same Hometown USA strip. Now this layout, we went to see Independence Hall on a Sunday morning before church, mind you. It opened early enough, so we did ran over there, stood in line, got our tickets, and then saw the haul before. So that's part of what this is about, but when I'm doing the title, I'll tell you guys about what the rest of it is. So now I'm going to add in some foam stars. Those are from the Hobby Lobby 4th of July paper craft stars foam stickers, and I don't remember if that's from last year or the year before. I usually look in their seasonal area because you can get things that are meant for invitations or flat out scrapbooking materials. All right, so I'm looking again to see what else I might have. And I'm looking at these L Studio real life stickers now. Those again were just in a release, and trying to figure out if I can make that one fit. And it says loving this, so I kind of like the pop of white to help balance the big white 2019. It's the here and now phrase stickers. I don't remember if I said here and now. Anyway, so I just like how that gives a little bit of balance now to the matted clusters down on the bottom. And by the way, that background also is from that Nantucket stack. I don't think I specifically said that, but I was working with all papers from that stack. All right, so now I have that done. Now it's time for my title. And, you know, I could have called this Independence Hall or something like that. I'm thinking about this red alpha, which is new to me. It's from the American Crafts reindeer thickers, actually, which are a thinner chipboard. So I could have called it Independence Hall or something like that, but I'm calling it 2019 Going Places. So part of that is that I was traveling, although that was in 2018. But my nephew is working on his doctorate, and he is traveling all over the world. He has to go to Israel on a frequent basis because his research involves that, but he also travels to other countries there and in the Middle East, or in the Middle East and in Europe as well. And he will be going to South Africa as well in 2019. So it's going places because I'm traveling. It's going places because he and his wife actually travel a lot, because if he can't come home because of where he is, she'll meet him in Europe somewhere, which is, I mean, it's amazing. They live an amazing life. I always tell people that they go to Europe more than I go to Chicago, which Chicago is only about 2 hours away from where I live, so it's just kind of crazy. Anyway, so the other part of this is while we were in line that Sunday morning waiting to get tickets for our tour of Independence Hall, he found out that he had been awarded a Fulbright scholarship, and that's huge because it means his entire college career, including a 6-year doctorate, will be fully funded, mostly by scholarships and those kinds of things. And he's studied all over the world, so it's pretty cool. And so it was a very big deal because he's going to be in 5 countries doing research later this year. So, and hopefully I will go get to visit him when he's in France. So that's the plan anyway. So I've got the title down, guys, and I like that. And if you can't tell, by the way, I'm a very proud aunt. I'm actually very proud of both of my nephews. All right, guys, here's the still shot and a couple of detail shots. Hope you're all well, and I'll be back with another layout again soon. Bye.